All right, good day to you all. Welcome to lecture. Today we are looking at wireless and cellular data networks. We want to look at the connectivity, how network connects using mobile devices. We want to look at how they use data, the system they use, the technology used to connect data on these devices. Now, the laptop, tablet, or cell phone, they can connect wirelessly to the internet. And then by that, they can provide internet access to people at work, for them to learn, to communicate, and to play wherever they are. And then there are two ways by which this can be done. Two connectivities are possible. One is the Wi-Fi, which provides a network using local Wi-Fi settings. And the other one is by cellular connection. Cellular connection has to do with the service provider of a mobile device or mobile network. So they can provide data by which you can connect to the internet when you pay a fee. All right. Now, cellular networks require cellular towers and satellites, which we have around. There are masts on which these data networks are being hosted to communicate with other networks in a country and even worldwide. And Wi-Fi is usually preferred because Wi-Fi is better, is faster in operation, is stronger than cellular connection. And also, Wi-Fi radios use less battery power than cellular radios. That's another advantage of Wi-Fi. Now, businesses and organizations can subscribe to Wi-Fi from providers. And then some business organizations, they can provide it for people free to attract customers. Sometimes when you go to some hotels, or maybe when you visit supermarkets, certain large supermarkets, or when you are in the airports, you can see free Wi-Fi connection that you can connect to. They use this as a complimentary service, for people, maybe at hotels, at supermarkets, and so on. But when you are using such networks, you have to be very careful. You need to be aware. You need to take precautions because some of these networks might be insecure. They might use it, to breach your network, to actually, steal your identity, steal information on your device, and then use it negatively against you. And so, when you want to do connection to such Wi-Fi, make sure you are using encryption, such as VPN connection, so that your device, your network can feel secured. All right. Let's talk about cellular communication standards. Cellular communication has not been adopted uniformly around the world. What do we mean? Some people use a different generation of a cellular network in different countries, and then some can work in certain countries and not work in some other countries. And for instance, you can carry a cell phone from one country to another and you find it difficult to operate it over there. Yes, so that is what we are saying. Now, cellular technologies have evolved over the last 10 years, starting with 1G technology, which was introduced around 1980. That was the first generation. 1G means first generation. And then this wireless technology uses analog standards. Then 2G was introduced in the 1990s, which was the second generation. And that was a standard that started switching from analog communication to digital standard. And 2G provides speeds of up to 1 megabyte per second and supported higher core quality. It was then that also SMS, short message service, was introduced, and MMS, multimedia message service. It was introduced into cellular network during 2G. Later on, 3G was introduced around the late 1990s. The third generation standard that enables speed of transmission of data of up to 2 megabytes per second, supports a mobile internet access, web browsing, video calls, video streaming, and picture sharing. Although this was not as good as we have it today. Now, around the late 2000s, 4G standards was introduced. That is a fourth generation. It enables speed of 100 megabytes per second and up to 1 gigabyte per second to support gaming services, high quality video conferencing, high definition television. And then as part of the 4G, LTE was introduced. LTE is a long-term evolution. LTE is an improvement over 4G. It's faster, you can do more in terms of video. And then when you are on motion, it's able to perform better than ordinary 4G. Then the last one that was introduced was the 5G, which was introduced in 2019. That is the latest standard and is more efficient than previous standards. And then it promises of a lot of things. It promises to revolutionize communication system the world over. There's a lot of facilities that will be attached to the 5G that will make people to do a lot of things, like smart homes, medical services, and so on and so forth. Why is this going to be possible? Is because 5G may support speed of up to 20 gigabit per second. 20 gigabit per second. Right now, what we are using mostly is a 4G. We can support up to speed of 100 megabit per second or 1 gigabit per second. Now we are talking about system that will operate and provide 20 gigabit per second. How fast can that be? So we can actually see it's going to revolutionize things. It's going to produce a lot of, speed for communication system. Now we are going to talk about airplane mode on wireless network. The airplane mode setting on these mobile devices is used so that you can turn off your cellular, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth radios. Everything will be turned off once you activate airplane mode. Most mobile devices, like other functions such as watching video and so on, can still be used, but Wi-Fi and Bluetooth Bluetooth communication or even the cellular itself will be switched off. All right. Airplane mode is useful when you are traveling in airplane, and then, of course, some airliners will tell you that you need to turn off your device permanently, not even airplane mode, because they say airplane mode is not really safe like that. So, but it's designed for that purpose. So when you put it on airplane mode, the functions of the device will be switched off. All these functions mentioned will be switched off. All right. Then you can also enable or disable cellular access. Instead of using airplane mode setting, you can disable cellular by turning off your SIM, for instance. Then cellular will not be connected to your device if you turn off your SIM. So when you look at the picture here, we see airplane mode button up. You turn it on, then you turn off all the functionalities that we've mentioned. Then for carrier, for your cellular access, there's another button here whereby you can actually go there and turn it off. It can be turned off instead of using the airplane mode. Okay, so those are some of the wireless cellular connections. We talk about hotspot. Hotspot is the function of the mobile device whereby you have an internet connection and you can share with other devices such as other cell phone, other smartphone, tabs, laptops, as the case may be. So when you turn it on, you use it as a bridge to the internet. Your device is a bridge between another device and the internet. And the Wi-Fi devices could select the cellular device as its own Wi-Fi connection. The other device will turn on the Wi-Fi connection, connect to your hotspot. So you receive the signal, the other device receive the signal as Wi-Fi. Now, to enable this on iOS, you need to touch personal hotspots. iOS personal hotspots feature can also connect through Bluetooth and USB to link up other devices. The same thing also is applicable in Android devices. And then this hotspot is usually called the provision of another of hotspots as a Wi-Fi to another device is called tethering. Now, other devices that we can connect through Bluetooth that we have mentioned in the previous lecture, they include wireless speakers, wireless headphones, wireless keyboard or mouse, wireless gaming consoles. You can use Bluetooth to link up these devices to your computer. So these are other devices that can be connected on a PAN, private area network. Now, when you are pairing a Bluetooth device to another device, you set up a small security system that is embedded. Previously, in the time past when Bluetooth was just introduced, this coverage was not there. Discovering other devices or security system was not available. But now, it is now there for security reasons. It's only when you pair that you can connect other devices. So first of all, you set your device to be discoverable. Even when you turn on the Bluetooth button, if it's not discoverable, another device will not be able to communicate with it. All right. But when it's discoverable, another device will see it, and then you can link up. When you link them up by like that, then they will have to be matched by pairing. Look at what we have on this the screen, pairing requests. So a number will be sent to the other device, and the number must tally with the first device. And when you see the same number of the two devices, you can now link the devices up by accepting that number. And that number is a PIN or passkey. So it's a PIN. Passkey, usually 6 digits. Now, when this is accepted, then devices will communicate with each other and establish a communication. They will connect. Okay. Well, we want to talk about a emailing system, configuring email on mobile devices. The email structure relies on email servers and email clients. Email servers require email software, such as a Microsoft Server Exchange. And this Exchange also has a contact manager and a calendaring software. It's embedded in it. It uses a proprietary messaging architecture called a MAPI, Messaging Application Programming Interface. And that MAPI is used by Microsoft Office Outlook clients to connect to Exchange servers to provide email, calendar, and contact management. So you can see the screen here, email servers and email clients. This is what they embed in the email configuration with Microsoft Server Exchange. All right. So the email, there are many protocols of the email connection that we can use on a mobile device, such as a POP3, Post Office Protocol. And then we have a HIMAP, Internet Mail Access Protocol. We have the SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. And then we have MIME, Multipurpose Internet Mail Extension. And then we have SSL, Secure Socket Layer Protocol. These are various protocols, and then these are the characteristics that you can see on the screen. Email protocol to receive email, to send email using a TCP/IP. That is the protocols, and then the ports. The port system that they use are listed there. For instance, port 3 uses TCP port 110. When you compare that one with a HIMAP, you will see that IMAP uses a TCP port 143. If you check port 3 now, port 3 uses port 110. SMTP uses a port 25. So you can see that there's little difference in the services, the way they actually develop the various protocols. But these are the characteristics, as you can see on the screen. All of them are designed different protocols by which email can be, connected through the internet to a mobile device. Now, email clients have to be installed on a mobile device so that you can actually configure it and then use it to receive your emails. Many clients are configurable using a wizard, but you still need to know the key information, of each client so that you can set up your email accounts. All right. Now, in the email client configuration, we have things like email address, which is actually the address you are going to use to communicate to other email accounts. And usually this comes with maybe a name with numbers, as the case may be, followed by @ and then followed by the host website. For instance, we can use something like a user@example.net. So that is a structure of the email. It comes in that structure. It has a username followed by the @ and the domain or the email server. So user@example.net. Then the display name that the email will, display to the receiver will be probably your name. That can be your real name or your nickname or any name that you want people to see. But that name will be displayed over there, to the receiver. They will see it as the name of the sender or user of the email. Then email protocols. So the email protocols, they are used by the incoming email server. All the protocols I have mentioned up there. And then different protocols provide email services like you have seen up there. Then incoming and outgoing mail server names. These names are provided by the network administrator or the ISP. So sometimes you use all these devices, all these facilities, you don't know what is embedded in them. These are some of the things embedded. Then account credentials. Account credentials consist of your username that is used to log into the mail server and the account password. You need password, email, and password to actually log in. And then it is advisable to use a very strong password because it's easy for some people to actually guess a password. So when you are using a password, your email and password, make sure your password is strong, and then you can choose strong passwords like at least 8 digits, must consist of alphanumeric characters, alphabets, numerals, and then special characters such as heart symbol, such as exclamation mark, such as dash, hash, star, and so on and so forth. You can make sure that it's also contain a number at least, with a figure at least. Or you can also embed uppercase letters and lowercase letters. Make sure they have that. That is how to choose a strong password. Okay, we're moving on now to Android email configuration. Android devices are capable of using advanced communication applications and data services, and these applications require the use of web services provided by Google. For instance, when you configure your Android mobile device, since the Android is software from Google, so you need to use your Gmail account to actually configure it. You have to sign to your Gmail account. So you sign it through your Gmail email address and then the password. When you sign to your account, then the Google Play Store, data and setting backup, and other Google services, then they become accessible on your Android device. And then from that point, the device synchronizes your data, which include your contact, your email messages, your apps, your downloaded content, and other information from Google services. Now, when you are using old Android device, if you store contacts of people through your email option, then all those have been copied to your Google services, and it's been held up for you as a backup. If you lose your device or you want to change your device, immediately you log in with a particular email you are using on the old one to synchronize all your previous data, such as the contacts, information of people, phone number, emails, apps, everything, which will be synchronized in your new device. So Google made that possible by making sure that people use their services by logging into their Gmail accounts. So by that, they'll be able to synchronize all your data on your device. In iOS email configuration, iOS email configuration, iOS devices use a stock mail app, which can handle multiple email accounts also simultaneously. This email app supports a number of different email accounts, which include iCloud, Yahoo, Gmail, Outlook, and Microsoft Exchange. You can embed all of them together in the same email app. Okay. Apple ID is also required to set up your iOS device. You need Apple ID. So you log in through your Apple ID to access the Apple App Store, iTunes Store, and iCloud. And all of the iOS devices, which include apps and contents, they are linked up with your Apple ID. Just like in Gmail, in Android, your device is linked up to your Gmail accounts. Now for iOS, your device is linked up with your Apple ID. You use your Apple ID to communicate and with your iCloud, iTunes, apps, iOS devices, same Apple ID that you used to log in. And then the iCloud provide an email for free, and then comes with remote storage for backups, mail, and documents also. Now, when the iOS device is turned on for the first time, the setup assistant will guide you. As you are logging in through your Apple ID, it will guide you so that you can now go through all the processes, connecting the device, signing in, creating Apple ID, and so on and so forth. Then you can also restore settings. If you have a previous device that you have used, you can restore it. You can restore your content, restore your apps from different IO device from my iCloud backup during the setup process. So if you lose your device, you are sure to be able to retrieve it through your Apple ID that you have stored up in the iCloud. All right. So the next is internet email. Email service is provided using whether local email or internet email. And then if it's local email server is managed by IT departments, such as school network, business or organizational network. In that case, you will have a email that is attached to the website of the organization. For instance, if you have something like you are working with a company called Eastern Network, maybe easternnetwork.com. So your email can now be attached to that website. You can now have something like frank@easternnetwork.com. So that means your email is a local email associated with your organization. And internet emails, they are the email provided by websites such as Gmail for free, such as Yahoo, such as Microsoft. They provide email access for free. You can open it with them and then continue to use it for free. These are internet-based email. And then you can check your email, you can access your emails using the default mobile email app, which include which is included in the operating system of your mobile device, such as iOS Mail or Gmail, which is in Android. Browser-based email clients such as Mail, Outlook, Windows Live Mail, and Thunderbird can also be used to access your email on your mobile device. Then we have other mobile clients email apps such which include a Gmail app, Yahoo app that sometimes come with a mobile device, and then you use it to access your email. Now, email client apps provide a better user experience when compared to the web interface. Well, that is why some people, they don't even know how to use a web interface to access their email. They are used to the mobile app, the email app that came with their device. Sometimes it also has some limitations that you can only, you can get some things done when you now log in through the web to access your email. Data synchronization. Now, mobile data synchronization is a way of bringing all your devices together, such as desktop, laptop, tablets, smartphone devices, and access the information stored in them. The meaning of data synchronization is that you make an exchange of data between your devices, 2 or more devices possible, while maintaining consistent data on those devices. You can check your email from your laptop. You can open it on your mobile device, such as a tab or mobile phone. Now, all the services will be synchronized together, so that whatever you have on the laptop is still the same as what you have on your mobile phone. And synchronization method includes a synchronization to the cloud, to the desktop, and to an automobile. There are many different types of data that will be synchronized under data synchronization. We have contacts on your device. We have applications. We have email. We have pictures, music, video, other documents, calendar, bookmarks, location data, social media data, ebooks, passwords. All these can be synchronized together on your mobile device. All of them can be synchronized together. And that is a data synchronization. Now, to enable synchronization means you are going to use synchronization means you are going to enable it. When you see sync, the word sync actually means data synchronization. Anytime you are seeing the word sync on your device. Android devices can synchronize your contacts, which include maybe your Facebook contacts, your Google contacts, your Twitter contacts. Android devices can actually synchronize it. Since you are using the same Gmail account, Google accounts, then all your data will be synchronized together because of the same Google login detail that you are using. Android synchronization allows users to choose the type of data to synchronize. You can select which one you want to synchronize. Then Android devices also support automatic synchronization with a feature called AutoSync. Once you select AutoSync, all your different data contacts will be synchronized automatically. You don't have to do it yourself. For iOS system, they support two types of synchronization. One is backup, and this one copies your personal data from your phone to a computer. And that includes application settings, text messages, voicemails, and other data types. This will be synchronized together, will be backed up together, and that's a form of synchronization. Then sync, they also use sync. Sync copies new apps, music, video, or books from iTunes, copies it to your phone, and from your phone to iTunes, making the two locations to have the same data. That is a full synchronization of two devices. Then there are a few more options available when you perform sync or backup on iOS. This include backing up a storage location, backing up straight from my iOS device, and synchronization over Wi-Fi. These are also possible on iOS. Then synchronization connection types. To synchronize data between devices, the devices can use USB or Wi-Fi to connect. Most Android devices, they don't have a desktop program, so for performing data synchronization. So most users sync with Google different web services. For iOS devices can use USB or Wi-Fi to synchronize with iTunes. To use Wi-Fi synchronization, the iOS device must first synchronize with iTunes using a USB cable. First of all, you have to synchronize with your iTunes. Then Microsoft also offers a cloud storage for synchronizing data between devices through the use of OneDrive. OneDrive synchronizes data from Microsoft devices. So they back up the data into OneDrive. So you can see the example of what we have on this, the graphics displayed on the screen. This is for iPhone system. You can choose to automatically synchronize, or you can synchronize when with iPhone over Wi-Fi. There are different options, so you can choose the one you want, and then you enable that. Now we want to talk about preventive maintenance for our mobile devices, for laptops and other mobile devices. Maintenance for laptops and other mobile devices. Why do we need maintenance? That is the first thing we need to know. Reasons for maintenance is because our laptops and mobile devices are portable devices, and they are used in different types of environments. So for that reason, there will be need for maintenance from time to time. If you look at the screen now, somebody takes a computer, probably using it in the office, and mistakenly coffee has been poured on the laptop. Surely this system will require good maintenance for it to not break down because of this occurrence. So we need to carry out maintenance, proper maintenance, routine and preventive maintenance on our mobile devices, laptops, and the rest. So laptop computers and mobile devices, they are exposed to various harmful conditions and materials. Since they are portable, we carry them with us. So we can have a contamination from dirt, spills, like what we have on the screen, coffee is spilled on the system, drops, excessive heat or cold, and excessive moisture. These are some of the things that can affect our mobile devices and a laptop. In a laptop, many components are placed in a very small area directly behind the keyboard. So when some liquid pour on the keyboard, and the liquid will find its way from the keyboard into the small enclosure where there are so many components, electronic modules, and then when the liquid gets there, it can definitely cause a severe trouble. It can cause short-circuiting. Short-circuiting means connecting various electrical parts that are now supposed to link up together, linking them up, and then that can result into burning of components. It can cause severe internal damage to the modules. So proper care and maintenance can help laptop and components to run more efficiently and extend their lifespan. The same thing goes for our mobile devices. Now we want to talk about various maintenance procedure and things that we need to maintain actually. Preventive maintenance needs to be scheduled for laptop, and this includes practices that an organization has actually established. And then there should be a standard procedure also for cleaning, cleaning of our devices, for hard drive maintenance and software updates. Don't forget, it's not only hardware that requires maintenance, software also require maintenance. Software also require maintenance. Then routine maintenance can be carried out probably once in a month, which can include cleaning of the laptop components, including the exterior case, the outside of the laptop, the cooling vents and the I/O ports. Cooling vents are the area by the side or behind the laptop where it is being passed out. Hot air will be coming out. So those vents need to be maintained by cleaning them up. And I/O ports, internal input and output ports, USB, HDMI, and so on and so forth. We need to clean them all from dirt. Then display, the screen has to be cleaned also. The keyboard has to be cleaned. The touchpad has to be cleaned also. When we are cleaning a laptop, care must be taken not to use harsh cleaners or solutions that contain ammonia. They can spoil, the exterior of the system. Also, we want to use non-abrasive materials, which include compressed air. Non-abrasive, meaning that they are not too harsh, too strong to destroy some parts. Then mild cleaning solutions should be used. Then cotton swabs, soft lint-free clothes should also be used. Okay. All right. So those are some of the things we maintain on the external of the laptop, external parts of the laptop. All right. Apart from that, we want to also look at what we have on the screen here. Mobile devices can be damaged by drops, excess moisture, heat, or cold, and somebody is trying to clean up a tab. The tab, the tab has a touch screen, and then the touch screen should be protected using a screen protector, maybe something like a pouch, whereby you cover it so that it's not easily scratched or water does not pour over it. The preventive maintenance of mobile devices can also involve 3 tasks. 1, cleaning of the device using a soft, lint-free cloth and a cleaning solution designed for touchscreen. Cleaning solution designed for touchscreen. Not every other solution can be used. Not just carry a spirit and say spirit can clean it. No. You have to use a solution designed purposely for that purpose. Then another maintenance to be done is to back up data, on a device, on a mobile device to another source, probably on a cloud drive, so that if anything should happen in the future, you can retrieve your data, your information from the cloud. Another one is operating system. The operating system of mobile devices should be updated when update has been provided by the device maker. For instance, Android devices, from time to time, the makers produce updates to the operating system. So there's a portion on your device where you can check whether there's an update, and when there's an update, the best option is to actually download the update and ask the device to install the update. When the update is carried out, your device comes out back as new. Use of the device will become very better because it will renew all the internal software, the application program, the operating system, and the rest. So the device will work as a new device. So it's a very good idea to carry out operating system updates. It's part of maintenance. Now let's look at some of the troubleshooting process for laptops and other mobile devices. We have 6 steps usually in our troubleshooting and maintenance process. 1, identify a problem. That is step 1. Identify a problem. Step 2 is to establish a theory of probable causes. Establish a theory of probable causes. Step 3 is to test the theory to determine the cause. Test the theory to determine the cause. Step 4 is to establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. Establish a plan, of action to resolve the problem that has been established, and then implement the solution. Step 5 is to verify full system functionality, and if applicable, preventive maintenance, preventive measures should be implemented. Verify full system functionality, and if applicable, implement preventive measures. The last step is to document findings, actions, and outcomes. To document findings, actions, and outcomes. So these are the 6 steps that we utilize in preventive maintenance. Let's look at the first one, identify the problem. To identify the problem for laptops, for instance, we can use open-ended questions and closed-ended questions. For instance, open-ended question can be, what problems are you experiencing with your laptop? The owner, we have to explain that. What software has been installed recently? The owner will explain that. What were you doing when the problem was identified? And what error messages have you received? These are open-ended questions. Apart from that, you can use closed-ended questions. Closed-ended questions include questions such as, is this laptop under warranty? You know, there will be yes or no answer. Is the laptop currently using the battery? Can the laptop operate using the AC adapter? Can the laptop boot and show the operating system desktop? These are some of the questions that can be asked as closed-ended questions, and then the owner will answer. For mobile devices, you can also ask open-ended questions and closed-ended questions to identify what problem a device is having. What is the problem you are experiencing? That's one question, open-ended question. Another one is, what is the make or model of your mobile device? What service provider do you have? These are open-ended questions that the owner will answer. Closed-ended questions include, has this problem happened before? Has anyone else used the mobile device? Is your mobile device under warranty? These are closed-ended questions. All these questions can be utilized to actually find out what the problem of a mobile device or a laptop is. It can be used to establish the problem. Then now we want to establish a theory of probable cause. After you've got the idea of what the problem is, we need to know what is the probable cause. For a laptop, it can be battery problem, battery is not charging. It can be when you plug in the charger, battery will not charge. It can be loose cable connections. It can be keyboard does not work. It can be number lock key is on. That one can be another problem. Number lock key is on. Some functions of the keyboard will just be, neutralized and they will not function. It can be loose RAM module in the laptop. Sometimes it may be the hard disk that is actually loose. And then you start up the system, the system will not boot. You can say operating system not found. Then common problems with mobile devices can be power button is broken. Sometimes you cannot turn on your mobile device because the power button is not functioning. Sometimes it's because the problem can be battery no longer hold a charge. You charge it from morning till afternoon. Then it looks like it's full. When you remove the power, in between 5 to 30 minutes, the battery has run down again. Sometimes it can be an excessive dirt in the speaker, microphone, or charging ports. Yes, excessive dirt may make your microphone not function well or your speaker. Likewise, the mobile device can be dropped or submerged in water. These are common problems. It can be dropped and then broken, or some parts inside are shaking. So for that reason, it's not working properly again. Or if it's submerged in water, that one is more terrible. If it's submerged in water, internal components can be short-circuited and causing a big fault to the device. Then step 3, to test the theory and determine the cause. There are common steps for laptops that one can take. These are common steps. For instance, adapter, use adapter with laptop, AC adapter with laptop, connect external adapter with laptop. Sometimes you may need to replace battery. Sometimes you may need to reboot the laptop. Sometimes you have to check the BIOS setting and change some settings to make the system work. Sometimes you need to disconnect and reconnect cables. Probably there's a loose contact somewhere. Disconnect and reconnect it back, and then the thing will work. Sometimes you need to disconnect some peripherals of the device. Remove some parts of the device so that you check which one is having problem and fix it back. Then the number lock key can cause errors. You can disable it by pressing it and pressing it again. Sometimes you may need to remove the RAM and reinstall it by opening the back of the system. Check where the RAM is, remove it and push it back there. it may be it's not well seated. Probably the system was, mistakenly hits a hard object, and then there's shaking of those modules inside. It can be the hard drive. Sometimes we need to remove the hard drive and push it back there firmly, let it go in firmly, and then the problem that the system is having may be resolved. Sometimes it may be caps lock key. You want to log into your system and then try the password is not going. Maybe because the caps lock key is on, you may just press it and check. The non-bootable media, you can be checked inside their BIOS to check whether non-bootable media is selected as bootable, and then correct that if that's the error. For mobile devices, we can also have possible ways to resolve errors on problems. For instance, we can restart the mobile device. You can plug in the mobile device into AC outlets, check whether the battery is charging. Replace the mobile device battery if it's not charging again. You can remove any removable battery and reinstall it. You can clean the speaker, the microphone, the charging ports, or other connection ports. These are some of the possible things that you can carry out to resolve a problem with mobile devices. But that is just to establish theory of probable causes. Now, after identifying the problem, you need to now establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and then implement the solution. Now, if everything you have done in the previous step does not work, then we need to do further research to implement the solution. And where can you do that? You can do further research from helpdesk repair logs. You can ask questions from other technicians. You can check manufacturer FAQ websites. That is a frequently asked questions. Then some other technical websites, news groups, computer manuals, device manuals, online forums, internet search. You can also do search on places such as Google or YouTube. There are technical information provided as videos, how to repair system, how to do this, how to do that on YouTube. These are areas where we can actually get more information to resolve a problem and implement solution. Next is to verify full system functionality and, if applicable, implement preventive measures. After you have resolved the problem, you need to test the system all over to verify that the solution is working and it has not caused some errors that didn't exist before. So what you need to do is to reboot the system, attach all peripherals, operate laptop using only the battery, print a document from an application, type sample document to test keyboard whether it's working or not, check event viewer or warning errors, check all this to ensure that system functionality is intact. Your repair might have caused some errors in some other areas of the system. You need to find out if that is so and correct them before you hand over the system to the owner. Likewise, for mobile devices, you can do the same. You can reboot the mobile device, browse the internet using Wi-Fi, connect through hotspots, either using 4G, 3G, or another carrier network type. Make a phone call using the device, send a text message, open different types of apps, whether they are still working fine. Open the mobile device, operate it, operate the mobile device using only the battery without connecting it to power. These are some of the things to ensure that there's a full system functionality. And lastly, document findings, action, and outcomes. You need to document your findings, action, and outcomes. This is important because it will help you in the future. When you encounter similar problems, it will help you to quickly resolve them by checking your record. You can discuss all the solution implemented also with the customer, the one that has the system, the laptop, or the mobile device. Let them know what happened to their device and how they can actually prevent such in the future. Then hand over the device to the owner, the laptop or mobile device. Let them verify that the problem has been resolved and all functionality has been restored to normal. And provide the customer with all paperwork. Paperwork should be signed, receipt, and so on and so forth. Then document all the steps taken to solve the problem in the work order and technician's journal. Any components used in the repair must be recorded. The time spent, the entire time spent on the device to repair it must be recorded also. These are the ways to document findings and actions and outcomes, which will help in the future also. Now, common problems at laptops and solutions. Laptops and other mobile devices have problems which can be due to hardware, software, or network problems. Some of the combination of this problem can also exist. Maybe hardware with software, software with network, network with hardware, and so on and so forth. It can be a combination of these problems that make them not to function. And then some problems can quickly be resolved, while others may take longer time. Now let's look at some possible problems. Common problems. See it on the screen. For instance, laptop does not power on. It's a common problem. External display has power, but no image on the screen. That's another problem. Images on the laptop screen looks dull and pale. The laptop display is flickering. That's another one. The display on the laptop may be flickering, moving up and down. Pixels on the screens are dead or not generating color. That's another one. Color patterns on screen are incorrect. The network is fully functional and the wireless connection is enabled, but the laptop cannot connect to the network. That's another problem. Keyboard is inserting numbers instead of letters. Maybe that's another problem. That's a simple problem that your number lock may actually resolve. So these are the common problems and solutions that you see on the screen. So we can go on in the modules and learn more about this common problem. There are so many problems for laptops. The same thing for mobile devices. Possible problems on the screen. Mobile device may not connect to the internet. It may not turn on. A mobile device battery may fail to charge or charging slowly, okay, when connecting to AC power. Mobile device does not have power on, does not even on. When you press it on, it does not come on. Or mobile device Wi-Fi not connecting to the internet. The battery may be swollen, then the battery may be overheating sometimes and be running down. The device may exhibit very short battery lifespan. When you charge it, it's full, but in a short time, the battery has run down. The touch screen may not be responsive. You touch it, but it's not responding. Mobile device may not be connecting through Bluetooth. The battery may support the system for a short period of time. It's not lasting any longer. Sometimes smartphone cannot connect to its own carrier network. The network you are using, the smartphone is not linking up. So these are common problems, and then you can, by experience, you can develop, you can know the solutions to these problems. You can also learn more in the module. You can search the internet to learn of solutions to these problems. So this is where we are going to stop for the lecture. During the course of the lecture, we in this chapter, we encountered the information, we have learned information about mobile devices, laptop and mobile devices hardware, configuration, connectivity, email access, and so on and so forth. We also learn about preventive maintenance for both laptops and other mobile devices. Troubleshooting of laptops and other mobile devices. These are some of the things we come across. And we came across so many new terms: smartwatch, laptop, tablet, smartphone, e-reader, mobility, fitness tracker, virtual reality, augmented reality, docking station, port replicator, LCD, LED, OLED, inverter, digitizer, ACPI. These are some of the new terms we came across: Bluetooth, Cellular 1, Tetri, hotspot, mini PCI, mini PCIe, PCI Express Micro. These are some of the common terms that we came across in the chapter. And so on and so forth. You see them on the screen. So we must master these terms: SIM card, SD card, dual SIM, mini USB, fitness monitor, smartwatch, VR, AR headset, GPS receiver, e-reader, USB-C, USB, micro USB, mini USB, NFC, infrared, lightning cable, and so on and so forth. So these are the some of the common acronyms that we came across in the course of the lecture. So this is where we are going to stop for the lecture. Thank you for joining. So if you have any question, please type your question in the chats. I'll be able to respond to it personally. So thanks so much for joining the lecture, and then we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.